So yesterday we drove out of the mountains. The weather had got a bit poor on us, and we drove down through central Spain into a city called Zaragoza. We had to do a stop at a computer shop where we wanted to try and get our laptop repaired. No joy with that, and that's why our videos have been a bit scarce recently. So we found a workaround for the next few weeks, but we'll have to wait till we get back to UK and get it repaired properly. We arrived late last night in this Spanish Air, fantastic little place, free showers, toilets, all the van servicing facilities. So we've taken a bit of a slow start this morning, and we're just getting the van sorted. But once we've got that done, we're heading up the road. Got to do some laundry on the way, and we've only got about a 50-minute drive, and we're going to go to a national park. We'll take you along and show you what that's all about. Park up for the night. Got here nice and early, make sure we've got a space. It's not too busy at the moment, but it could be down to the time of year. Anyway, the main thing is, and you can probably just make them out in the hills behind me, there we go, is all these mountain caves, mountain homes, houses, whatever. We're going off to have a look around them now. We've read somewhere that they've restored a couple of them, and give you an idea of how people used to live. But this, all you can see probably for about 600 or 700 meters all the way along this cliff face are all these little homes. So let's go and check them out. So the signs were saying that these cave homes were inhabited until the early 1960s, and then they rehomed people into a nearby place, Venecia, I think it's called. And they're saying they used to live in these caves primarily because they didn't pay any rent, they didn't owe any money to anybody, so they lived rent-free, but also they were nice and cool during the summer and stayed reasonably warm during the winter. So you can see what the attraction was here. Anyway, we're going to have another wander around. they're really cool. They have restored a couple of them so you can sort of get a feel for what it was like living in them. And interestingly, people were still in them up until the 1960s, and then they rehomed everybody. They did get some power into there apparently, some electricity into the caves, but then eventually they sort of built new places for them and got them all out. It's certainly worth coming and having a look at this. Obviously we've come to explore a national park, but these caves are just an added bonus on the edge of this park, and right next to the park up as well, which is great. So if you are out this way, we'll put all the information in the description below, but certainly worth checking out. So let's go and have a look around this town. Right, so I should explain the exercise equipment thing earlier on. We'd found a little tapas bar, had a couple of beers this afternoon, and Diane thought it wise to try and burn off those calories on the way back. So that's what all that was about. We did say on the way here that this place fills up quite quickly, and sure enough, it's absolutely chocker now. So we're just going to take me for a quick walk, and then we're going to close it down for the night and head off to the park tomorrow. Just before I do that, I'm just going to show you this very cool overlander that's parked next to us. Well, it is early. We are just getting ourselves up. I'm going to head towards, I'm going to try and pronounce this correctly, Bardenas Reales, which is a natural park. It's all sort of wind-shaped landscapes. It's a desert. It's got that sort of American Arizona Death Valley feel. And we've just realised, because it's still dark, there's a fair chance that when the park opens we might get a bit of a sunrise. So we're just going to get ourselves together and get on the road. That was worth getting up for. Sunrise is just sort of kicking off behind us. There's a lot of cloud in the sky still, so we'll probably not get anything super impressive. The view, you're not going to see it on the camera at the moment. It's a shame, because it is quite spectacular in this light. It's got this amazing desert landscape that's been sort of carved with wind and all that sort of stuff. So we're going to take a few minutes up here, just watch it evolve, and then we're going to drive on it. Well, we've just struck gold. I think the sunrise was a bit later than we thought, and with these clouds in the sky, it's really super dramatic. I'm speechless about this place. Anyway, take a look at these. Right, so the thing with this park is the landscape keeps changing, and every side of the road, every bend you turn, it's all incredibly different, and it's all shaped by the wind. There's not, you know, there's a couple of places to stop. I'll just go back here because we're into the wind. There's a couple of places to stop and really take it in, and there doesn't seem to be too much of a problem. We've just walked probably sort of half a k away from the van. I think there are certain routes that are good for hiking and mountain biking, but they do restrict the you know, the vehicle movements. And we're only about sort of maybe a third to a half of the way round, so we're going to go and carry on a little. Right guys, well, we are coming to an end of our trip around the Bardenas Reales National Park. Probably one of the coolest sort of landscape parks we've ever been in, so highly recommend it if you're in this part of Spain. What do you think?
Yeah, definitely. I think actually we have spent about 5-6 hours. We've sort of stopped and we've got off and we've walked places as well, which has been great. I can imagine it could be a lot busier, but we've been fine going around it.
Yeah, so the roads are all gravel and graded, so you know, most people drive quite steadily and respectfully of each other, so that's not a problem at all, but certainly worth coming and checking it out. Right, we are going to get ourselves a little bit further north now. We're going in search of some hot springs
and deserted villages.
So yeah, so hopefully we'll have something to show you on the next video of that. If you've liked this one, please give us a thumbs up, please subscribe, it helps us get going, and we'll see you on the next one. Take care of yourselves.